As I previously talked about, I'm going to take you through the step-by-step process to apply for the DAAD scholarships. In today's video, we will focus on the application form, but before I start, this is something I need to mention and it's quite important. This scholarship does not cover every program in Germany. I get a lot of messages from people telling me that they got admission to Germany and their program is development related and hence they want to apply for the DAAD scholarship. It doesn't apply to every program or every university. There are a list of eligible programs and that's the first thing you have to do. So if you plan to apply for the DAAD scholarship, this is the first thing you do. I will leave the link to all the websites I'm going to talk about in the description box. So now this is the stage where you take your pens and pens. So you open your laptop and you follow with me step by step. It's very important you follow this video to the end because I'm going to explain a lot of things that will be helpful in your application. So the first thing I do is to click on this link and it brings me to the list of programs that are eligible. There are so many of them in various fields. So a lot of people for public health, media studies. Since I'm an engineering and that's what I'm interested in, I'll come to the engineering area. But I advise that you look at every program because there might be something that might be of interest to you. I've already gone over this list and like two programs caught my attention. That's the natural hazards and risk in structural engineering and water resource and environmental management. So in this video, these are the two universities I'm going to use for the demo. And as you can see, the program is in English. Some programs are in German, so it's also very important you look at them. And they could either be a PhD or an MSc or a Master's in Engineering. So it's up to you to decide what you're interested in. The DAAD scholarship is in October, so we still have a lot of time to prepare our document for this program. And the water resource is a month before, so the deadlines also vary. So please look at the university you're interested in and look at their deadlines. For if you want to finance yourself, this are also the deadlines like next year, but we want the DAAD scholarship. That's our focus. So I'll come back to this. Now let's look at the application form. So I go to application procedure and I click this link. Once I click on it, it opens a new browser which shows me how the application form is done. You could either print this form and fill with a pen and a pencil or a pen with a paper, but I would advise we do everything online. So I'm going to download this document and I'm going to open it with you can open it with any PDF viewer that allows you to edit your document. I'm going to use the Adobe, so this is something you could also use, or you could use Nitro Pro. There are so many editors you could use to edit a PDF. And this is the empty document. So once I open it, it's very easy for me to edit. So my name, I could fill it. But to make the video faster, I've already filled in the forms and I'm going to take you through it. So I put this there. If somebody shared this document with you, you could just go to my YouTube and watch this full video to get a full understanding of how to fill the forms. So it's in various sections. In the first section is just your basic information. So your name, your nationality, and here which one are you applying for. If you watch the previous video, you realize that there are so many DAAD scholarships, but for this we are interested in the study scholarship for a postgraduate course with relevance to developing countries. So this is the Epos scholarship. This is what we are interested in, so you just have to check on this option. Please leave blank. So once you fill in your names, it will automatically update this for you. Your family name, your gender, your date of birth, all this is about you. And to attach the photo, you could leave it empty. Don't worry about this because you are filling it on the document. You can decide not to attach it. But if you want to attach it, you could just attach an image and just paste your passport picture here. Now we are looking at our address, so you fill in these details. And this is your secondary school education, when you had it, from when to when, and this is your result. So if you had 6 A's, 2 B's, 3 A's, 3 B's, 3 C's, you just have to write it here based on how your educational system is like. Every country and the educational system. So you need to fill it to suit how it's like in your country. So this is for your undergraduate education. If you have more than one undergraduate education, you fill it. And one thing you should realize is it's not every section you have to fill. Because this is a general document for various types of scholarships, there might be some areas that are not related to you. And if that's the case, you can leave it empty. So I'm going to leave this empty because it doesn't relate to me. So this is my degree held, my honors. You just put in your results. So if you are done with this, but if you are still in school and you're applying for this scholarship, you put in those details here. So like maybe you're still in school, so you don't have like the deadline to finish. So you put those details here to show you're still in school. So the program, as we could see, was 2 years, was 24 months, which is 2 years. So that's why this document is also important. Some are 24, some are 18, some are 42 months. So you have to consider all this. You look at this and you make that calculation. Since ours is 2 years, I put in 2 years. And it's better to add a year so that they know the duration. So I forgot to add a year. So please add 2 years. I will make the edits before I put in the final document. And the scholarship period applied for, you just look at the date and you put in the details you need, because the scholarship is for next year and it's 2 years. So just give a tentative date if you are not sure of the actual date. Now this is important. This is where we are more interested in the program. So these are the universities I'm interested in. You could choose more than, you're allowed to choose 3 universities, and you have to choose them in the order which is of interest to you. So I chose these 2 universities, the one I showed you in the beginning. And why have you chosen these or these particular institutions? This is where it's important you visit the program website. The first program is about mitigating disasters, and the second one is about water. So why have I chosen this program? So I said, the program is in line with my interest of mitigating disasters such as collapse of buildings, floods, and waste pollution, which are rampant problems in Ghana. So you read the university website and you try and understand the overview of whatever the program is going to help you, and you use this to craft something. And it's short, you don't have to write too many things, just summarize. Have contacts been made? No, yes. This is something I'll advise you. It's not important, but if you have time, I'll suggest you cold email the programs coordinators of the program you're applying to. And that is the trick, because they will make the decision. So once you've cold emailed them and you've spoken to them, they can put in a good word for you to get selected. If you do not know how to cold email, I've already made a video on that, and I'm going to leave it in the description box for you to check it out and get an idea of what to do, what to send, and what to ask. So basically, the email is to let them know that, oh, you are interested in this program. You tell them the background and why you think you're a good fit to be selected for the program and the scholarship. So this is the chosen field of study. So this is where I've put in the name of the program. I could just put civil engineering, but I decided to put in the name of the program. And do you intend to obtain a degree? Yes. You want to obtain a master's. If yours is a PhD, you put in a PhD. If so, at a German university, this is yes. And your study or research projects in Germany. For the people in doing a PhD, this is something they have to really put in a lot of details in. But like for the master's, you could just write something. But if you have time to, you could just write a short summary, but just writing the program that is of the research interest is enough. So disaster management and mitigation strategies, waste and pollution control. And this is where they are asking for academic referees to submit a report for this application. For this, I also suggest you have your professional experience. So maybe 1 academic referee or 2 academic referee and somebody a professional experience. Since DAAD is also focused on your professional experience, so because before you can apply for this, you need 2 years working experience. So I also advise that even though they've written academic referees, I also advise that you add some professional referees to that. Maybe one academic referee and maybe two professional. It's up to you to decide. But I think it's also important you have somebody who is from your professional working experience. And language skills. Since when and where have you been learning German? If you've not, just leave it, or you could just write not applicable. Your knowledge of other languages, so English, and is very good. If you can speak any other language too, you can fill that and you choose the level, your level. So here, have you received a DAAD scholarship in the past? Yes or no? So if it's yes, you put in the date. If it's no, you put in the date. Always remember that this is individual specific. So it's not that because I've done this, this is what you should do. This is just to give you an idea of how to navigate it. So I'm just using tentative scenarios. So you have to do what fits you. Have you been sponsored by other institutions? No. If you have, yes, you put in the details. Are you applying under another DAAD program for the same period of time? So as you know, there are other DAAD scholarships. So if this is not the only one you're applying for, you choose yes and you put in the title of the program. Are you currently applying to other institutions for scholarships? If yes, you put their name. If no, you put no. So this is all your individual experience. Now, your previous visits abroad for study or work for at least 1 month. So from Ghana to where internship, the name, who finances. So this is individually what you do, you add that. And this is your working experience. As I already told you, you need like 2 years working experience. So when you put in the details here, they should all add up to 2. So this is up to you to fill in the details. Present professional occupation, please enclose written proof. So once you are done with this, you need like from your work place for them to give you like to your employment that they've employed you for that period of time. So you also need those documents to add to this. And will you be granted leave for absence for your stay in Germany? You have to put in all those details. So what professional career do you envisage? Like your future goals, what is it? What are your extracurricular activities? So this also comes back to you as an individual and what you like. And other information remarks which seem important to you in connection with this application. This is where you can, as I put here as a comment, insert voluntary experience linked with the program or anything you are doing to help society. That is up to you. So one of the things you could also start doing is like I have a blog where I share my thoughts on. You do that if you have a blog. I volunteer for Protect the Environment NGO where we organize what I do. Or I could just this also shows my interest that I said this is my interest and I'm actually putting in effort to show this is my interest. So it's up to you, but here most people will be like leave it empty. I would advise you don't leave it empty. Anything that you think can help your application, I think you should include that. So in case of an emergency, who should be notified? So you just put in those details. And here, I certify that the information provided in this application is accurate to the best of my knowledge. Furthermore, I agree to inform the DA. So this is something you feel, you put in the date and you put in your signature. I'm going to show you how to insert your signature here. So this is the first form. We go to the end, signature. When you come here, you have a pen, so use a drawing tool. So you can decide to draw your signature. It's up to you. Or I already have my signature uploaded here, so I can just decide to choose it and I can just place it here. So these are the two options you could do. You could either draw your signature or you could upload it here. So that is it, and that's up to you to choose whichever you want. I hope this was simple and straight to the point. As I said, I'm going to leave these links in the description box for you to decide on how to go about it. So these are the 2 universities I chose, and the mitigation, like how I chose that mitigation was a big deal. This was what gave me an idea to write why I chose the program. And to write your statement of purpose, this is also a good place to start by knowing what the program is about. So the disaster management and mitigating strategies. I use these ideas. So the deadline is this. So that I use these ideas to help me write while I'm choosing the program. And this is the second program. I also have a look at it and you decide on what you want to do. If this video was helpful, kindly hit the subscribe button. And to finally end, you just have to go to my channel and you search for Germany, and it will give you a list of all the videos I've made with regards to the topic. So the first video I was referring to is this video. If you've watched till the end, thanks. And if you have a question, as I always say, just leave it in the comment section and I'll try my best to help you out. So you hear from me again